All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you guys to the show. This is your host of the evening, DJ Just J with Just Dimes ENT. I'm here to bring you guys another unique story that I feel like will be interesting to you guys. But before I do that, I'm going to bring you guys a disclaimer real quick. As you guys know, we advocate for children first. So we're going to talk about some things that might be a little bit difficult to digest. So if I ask you guys, if you feel the need to flag my video, just hit the exit button. Because there's no need to flag my videos. There's no need to flag my videos. All I ask you guys to do is exit the channel. For everybody else that wants to hear the story, here we go. Let's get it in. Now, not this young lady. Hold on, let me go to the next photo. These two people right here on my screen, we're going to talk about them. This is coming out of Mansfield, Ohio. I don't know if you guys have heard about this story, but the Kentucky State Police have confirmed that two people were found dead following a police-involved shooting have been identified, all right? Now, one of them was an abduction suspect and the victim who was taken at gunpoint in Mansfield. Now, a KSP state trooper opened fire Monday afternoon on a 24-year-old by the name of Tyrell Pounds. We're going to get Mr. Pounds on the screen here. Let me see if I can get a photo of him. That was him and his, I don't know if this is a strange girlfriend, wife, I don't know. But we're going to get his picture up on the screen. That gentleman right there was the suspect right here. This is Tyrell Pounds, age 24. After determining he was a deadly threat to himself and the female passenger, who was identified as 20-year-old Skylar Williams. So he had about a 4-year gap on her as far as age. I do remember what it was like to be 24 years old, but I also remember what it was like to be 20 years old, right? Now, Pounds was shot dead at the scene, and Williams was struck by at least one round of the gunfire and transported to a Kentucky area hospital where she was pronounced dead. So she didn't make it, just to let y'all know. Ohio State issued the following statement following the update. Our Ohio State community suffered a tragic loss with the death of a Mansfield student, Skylar Williams. This senseless and shocking incident has left our campus shaken. We join Mansfield Dean Norman Jones in expressing our condolences and deepest sympathies. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Skylar family. Now, additional counseling and consultation services have been made available to our members of the university community in need of support on our Mansfield campus. This, I think, would be a good usage of that. Now, Mansfield students can utilize the Student Assistance Program, and services are also available to students, faculty, and staff across the university. Now, law enforcement does continue to investigate, so they continue in all circumstances surrounding this incident, and anybody that has information is encouraged to call the Ohio State Highway Patrol at 419-756-2222. An alert was initially put out Monday afternoon after Williams at Ohio State University was abducted by gunpoint by her 24-year-old husband or boyfriend. You guys have to let me know which one he was. I'm assuming he was just a boyfriend at the Mansfield campus. So, not only was she a student enrolled at the school, but he came onto campus and to take her for whatever reason and took her by gunpoint. So now you also have a gun-related incident on the campus, which you guys know that raises a very high level of concern by itself, okay? Now, let's keep going. Some of my friends witnessed it. From seeing the victim snagged and pulled into the car, was absolutely terrified, an OSU Mansfield student said, which we're going to have his interview up here in just a moment. Now, later in the afternoon, KSP and several law enforcement agencies in the Oldham County, Kentucky area were involved in a pursuit after a 911 call came in from a witness reporting Williams appeared to be in distress inside of a dark-colored Dodge Caravan. Now, the female attempted to escape from the vehicle, and the black male put her back into the car, an Oldham County dispatcher said, and he's possibly armed. Keep in mind, possibly armed. They weren't trying to completely obliterate his character because they didn't know what was actually going on. So I like the fact that they were very careful in their choice of words. Now, the chase lasted for approximately 20 minutes. That's a long chase. 20 minutes, but after multiple failed attempts to pull Pounds over, which included using spiked stop strips, the van involved in the pursuit crashed along I-71. While approaching, the trooper stated hearing a gunshot from inside the vehicle. That is when the trooper deemed Pounds a threat and discharged his service weapon. Now, investigators have not said if Williams was shot by the police or by Pounds. Ohio officials have confirmed that Pounds and Williams have a son together, and the couple's son is safe with relatives, according to OSHP, which is a good thing. Now, you guys know that I have a hashtag that we have started over here, right? One of those things, not necessarily a hashtag, more or less a mantra, a statement. And that statement is, when you date thugs, you date death. You guys post that in the chat for me if you would. One of you guys post that in the chat. If you date thugs, you date death. Why do I say that? Because generally, there's a lot of violence and a lot of turbulence when it comes to dating thugs. That's just naturally what comes with the territory, because women feel protected. They feel like the man is strong. They feel like the person is not a pushover. We get all of that. But in turn, it puts the children in danger and puts those women in danger and put other people in danger to try to step in and help these people when they need help. So it's kind of like buying a tiger, right? It's like buying a damn lion as a pet. If you're able to keep that pet under control, then yes, it can look like a beautiful thing to have as a pet, even though it's not a smart thing to have as a pet. But you know what? That thing is wild, it's unpredictable, and eventually it could bite your damn head off. So I'm just throwing that out there to say that dating thugs is a very dangerous thing to do. Now, let me take a pause real quick. We got about 120 people in the building. While you guys are watching the show, please hit the thumbs up. I don't want to have to ask you guys more than once to do that because I love you guys, man. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. It will share the show and let other people know that we are live. We can get through this content really, really quick if we just share in the love and respect. Bow, hit that thumbs up. Now, there's nothing that can be said to explain what Kiara Rambo and her family are going through, which that's a relative. And he knew that he was doing, he knew what he was doing with her. Rambo said, fighting back tears. And that's her right there. That's Kiara Rambo. That's a family member. She said it's not fair because she didn't deserve that at all, and I'm really sad to have that happen to her. So I do agree. She didn't deserve what this thug dude did to her. Okay? Now, Skylar Williams is Rambo's first cousin, so they grew up together. Rambo remembers play dates at their grandmother's house when they were younger. I will never forget that smile, Rambo said. Her face, I will never forget it. She is just so sweet and so nice and so caring and so selfless. I don't understand. Rambo says that the two have been together a few years, and she's talking about the Tyrell dude. Let me see if I can get him back on the screen here for you guys so y'all can see that. And there was some very nice pictures of her out there on the internet. So this is these two together. She said they have been together for about a few years, but says there was always something that seemed to be a struggle between them, that Williams had a protection order against Pounds. I'm going to read that again to you guys. Rambo said they had been together a few years, but says there always seemed to be a struggle between them and that Williams had protection orders against Pounds. Please make a huge bookmark in that part of the story. I'm just letting you guys know that definitely plays a key role in this story. She had protection orders against him. She was scared of this dude. Now, still Rambo says she's confident Williams never expected it to go this far. That's dumb on the lady's part. You never expected it to go this far. Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't expect to have protection orders, and I'm pretty sure that you didn't expect whatever led up to those protection orders to make it where that was necessary. For you to already be going through that type of turbulence, ladies, I'm just letting you know. I'll always even talk to my daughter as she becomes older and she starts going through that dating phase and all of that stuff. We have this thing in my family that I call red flags and yellow flags. When those red flags and yellow flags start to go up, you stop. You stop dating these idiots. You stop talking to these idiots. You stop communicating with these idiots. As a father, I would tell my daughter, you do what you need to do. You stop dating people that are no good, of no good substance, period. After that point, daddy takes care of the rest of it. I'll protect my daughter with my life. That's the importance of fathers. I don't know where her father was in this story. Hashtag where's the father? I would like to know. I would definitely like to hear what the story is behind that, right? Now, let's keep going. She said, you can't put anything past people, regardless if you have a history and regardless if you think somebody loves you, she said. You never know what's going on through people's heads. Rambo says Williams' number one priority was always the well-being for her son. She said her number one priority was the well-being of her son. Well, if that was the case, if you were in danger, then your son, in turn, was in danger. That, to me, sounds like you're not putting your son as your first priority. Just want to throw that out there, okay? Now, she didn't care about the fact that Tyrell and her weren't together, she said. She didn't care about their situation. All she cared about was her child. All she cared about was being a mom. As I just told you, that doesn't make any sense. Now, Rambo has turned her attention to helping her family. I don't have anything much to give my family, she said, but I'm trying to help them as much as possible. So, they started a GoFundMe page, of course, to help Williams with the funeral and to help with Williams' son, who just turned 1 last month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn your attention to this GoFundMe page so you guys can see that. Right? This is the GoFundMe page right here. And it looks like they reached their goal. They put up a nice little paragraph here, which was, and they put a link to the story, which is always important. It looks like they wrote it pretty good, which is cool. So they were asking for $4,000, as you guys can see here. They met and exceeded that goal, which is a good thing. So, not asking too much. I think that's pretty reasonable. But let's go ahead and show you guys these news footage clips because I have the original news story. Plus, we also have the gentleman that tried to help her out. Then we also have the actual 911 call. So let's go ahead and get started in this thing. To give you guys this fair usage, let's start with the story. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Some breaking information in a story that we first brought you yesterday. Kentucky troopers now say an Ohio State University student abducted in Mansfield is one of 2 people who died after a crash in Kentucky. Police now saying that she and her alleged abductor were found dead last night in Kentucky outside Louisville. Anchor Tanya O'Rourke joins us in studio to walk us through these details. Tanya?
Some strange details here. So the Ohio State University Department of Public Safety says Tyrell Pounds did abduct Skylar Williams at gunpoint from the parking lot of the OSU Mansfield campus yesterday morning. Now, then police say Pounds later abandoned his vehicle and stole a van at gunpoint. Kentucky State troopers say someone in Gallatin County saw a woman in trouble at a gas station and called 911. A trooper then tried to pull over that van, but Pounds took off, starting what would become about a 20-mile-long chase down I-71. Pounds got off the interstate in Oldham County. When he tried to get back on, it was blocked by troopers. So when the van stopped, troopers say they heard a gunshot. One trooper opened fire, hitting Tyrell Pounds. It's not clear right now who shot Skylar Williams. According to our sister station in Cleveland, just last year, Pounds filed a restraining order against Williams. Most recently, records show there was a fight over parental rights with their baby boy.
Oh, wow. Listen to this again. Listen to this last part. First of all, let me throw out there that they don't know whether it was the police that end up hitting the girl accidentally, which is a possibility if you shoot into a car. But they had a custody thing. Let's listen to that one more time because they skipped past that real quick.
Cleveland, just last year, Pounds filed a restraining order against Williams. Most recently, records show there was a fight over parental rights with their baby boy.
There was a fight over parental rights of their baby boy. So it makes me wonder if she was just straight up trying to file for full custody, which would have been one thing. But I want to know. I want to know because this is something interesting that we talk about in Soto Nation all the time. It makes me wonder if he was trying to get custody from the mom, if some of this might have sparked that. I would definitely like to know some of the ins and outs of that.
Williams. Most recently, records show there was a fight over parental rights with their baby boy. And just this week, Pounds filed a motion for visitation, but there had not been a ruling yet.
So he filed for visitation. Very interesting. Let's keep going.
Tonight, authorities in Kentucky say the bullet that killed Skylar Williams during a shootout with police came from the gun of Tyrell Pounds, the man who kidnapped her.
Kentucky State Police also revealing that Trooper Joey Brown was the one who shot and killed Pounds, who was wearing a bulletproof vest. Now, after the shooting, Brown then tried to provide first aid.
So even though he'd been involved in a severe incident, a shooting, he attempted to save her life.
These new details coming as Williams' friends and family are trying to cope with their sudden loss.
News 5's Taylor DeHaze has the latest now from Mansfield.
We spoke with Williams' best friend who shared a few memories and a few tears, saying this is a life taken too soon. Wiping away tears.
She was like a sister to me.
Gianna Trevino remembers her best friend sharing memories of the two from high school and college.
She was a genuine, kind-hearted person. She had such a soft and beautiful soul.
Williams graduated just 2 years ago, but those here at Madison High School say her memory will live on in these halls, on the walls, in these pages, and in the hearts of many. A frantic search earlier this week, followed by a heartbreaking loss. Trevino says Williams and Pounds had a rocky past, but she never saw this coming.
Anger, shock, it's just traumatic to me.
Trevino didn't know Pounds well, but says her best friend always assured her everything was okay, and she took her word for it.
They've been together for a couple years, but I wouldn't have seen this coming.
Kentucky police confirmed through forensic testing a bullet from Tyrell Pounds' gun is what killed Williams. Pounds was wearing a bulletproof vest, but died from a gunshot wound fired by a state trooper. That same trooper saw Williams bleeding and tried to save her. Williams died at a Louisville hospital. Skylar and Pounds had a baby boy. He was found safe with family. Back in Mansfield and with a heavy heart, Trevino says she has a few more words for her best friend.
I love you so much, and you're the best mom. She was such a smart girl. She was going back to school, and I'm so proud of her for that.
Mansfield High School is offering counseling to students and staff who need it during this tragic time. In Mansfield, Taylor DeHaze, News 5.
And that's Madison Comprehensive High School, even though she was a college student, but apparently you're hearing from some of her old high school classmates. Now, this is interesting. What's going on, my brother relationship rehab? While we got 146 people here, I need you guys to hit the thumbs up. I don't know how many thumbs up we have. Can someone of my moderators let me know how many thumbs up we have? Please. But if you hit that thumbs up, it'll share the show and let other people know that we're live. While I'm on the subject, please make sure you guys subscribe to my brother Relationship Rehab's channel, United Guns of America. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Make sure you guys check out SotomayorENT.com, TommySotomayor.com. Pick up your anti-PC tour tickets. Now, I have a very longer portion of this particular interview if you guys want to hear it. This is the short version. This is one of the guys that tried to stop this from going on, one of the witnesses. So let's listen to what he has to say. Hashtag, where are her parents at? Like, I would love to hear from her, but let's keep going.
After it happened, like I said, I was talking to the officer, and then I wrote up my description. Excuse me. And wrote up my description. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And then after that, I went to my next class, and I was just, telling some of my friends what the heck just happened, and I was just trying to do some homework to get done before my next class. And then I actually had all my stuff on a table. I had my book bag, my coat, my iPad with my homework, and my phone. I just had it all sitting on a table, and I went to fill up a water bottle. I was thirsty, and then I looked out the window after I filled it up, and there's just all these cops out there. So I figured, well, maybe I can help in some way. So I went out and told them I was one of the main witnesses, and then 3 hours later is when I finally got done talking to investigators, talking to different officers, and we'd been sitting in that one car. We were sat in that one car for an hour before anybody even came to talk to us.
Now, if you guys want to hear more of his interview, I'll probably play it here in a little bit because it is quite long. I think it's like Yeah, it's like 14 minutes long. I don't know if I'm going to play that whole thing, but let's go ahead and listen to the next thing, and then we'll listen to the 911 call, okay?
From the moment 20-year-old Skylar Williams was abducted from the Mansfield campus of The Ohio State University, her family prayed for her safe return. When they learned she may have been the victim of a shooting in Kentucky, they also prayed that would not be true. It was not until 2 a.m. Wednesday, hours after the worst was confirmed, that her mother tells Fox 8 News she worked up the courage to call Kentucky State Police. In a conversation with Fox 8 on Wednesday requesting no cameras, Ernestine Williams called her daughter her precious gift from God, and through...
So we did hear the mother's name. Y'all do me a favor. We barely have over 100 likes, but we got people in here watching and won't click the like. We only got a couple of people that have donated to the show. Only a couple. All everybody else has to do is click the like button. Like, it's something I don't quite understand why people won't at least do that if they want to show support. I understand not everybody has the financials, but, you know, as far as hitting the like, that costs you nothing but a second to look down and just click it. Please do that for me. Please, please, please. Thank you.
It was not until 2 a.m. Wednesday, hours after the worst was confirmed, that her mother tells Fox 8 News she worked up the courage to call Kentucky State Police. In a conversation with Fox 8 on Wednesday requesting no cameras, Ernestine Williams called...
Ernestine Williams. That's the mother's name. Ernestine Williams.
Called her daughter her precious gift from God, and through tears said she was thankful for the past 20 years she spent with her. Skylar, a 2016 graduate of nearby Madison High School, where her principal on Tuesday described her in much the same way as her family.
She was a hard worker while she was here, and she was the type of kid that you knew whatever they did, that they were going to be successful.
Skylar was described as patient and caring by her mother, but also someone who had goals and ambitions. Because of her quiet nature, her mother tells Fox 8 News Skylar kept details of her stormy relationship with Tyrell Pounds to herself.
Stormy relationship. Hope you guys got your pen. Bookmark that part of the story.
Until this past October, when her mother says Skylar confessed to her that she had been raped and a report was filed. Skylar's family says it was on Monday, the very same day Pounds abducted her, that the rape charge was officially filed by prosecutors.
I'm going to rewind that so you guys can hear that part again.
To her that she had been raped and a report was filed. Skylar's family says it was on Monday, the very same day Pounds abducted her, that the rape charge was officially filed by prosecutors. Pounds had just graduated from the criminal justice program at North Central State College on the same campus, and in a message posted on social media said he wanted to be a state trooper. Skylar's mother believes the charge would have prevented him from ever working in law enforcement, and that may have been the trigger that motivated his actions. Ernestine Williams tells Fox 8 News that after the couple split up, her daughter wanted to move her life in a positive direction. On Wednesday, she fought back tears knowing she must now make plans for her funeral. From the moment 20-year-old...
I would definitely love to actually hear what the mother had to say, you know, on camera. But, hey, you know, it is what it is. I understand, man. It's a difficult thing to have to go through. Let's keep going, guys. You donated, Doc Evans. I got you. I will read it here in just a moment if you guys can bear with me. Let me play 2 more of these videos real quick, and I will read those donations that came in. So I'm going to say thank you to anybody and everybody that's donated. But definitely, I saw your message just now, Doc, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Awful story, breaking new details. Now at 5 on a young Mansfield mother abducted at gunpoint from the OSU campus.
Yes, police say both Skylar Williams and her alleged kidnapper, Tyrell Pounds, are dead in Kentucky. Kentucky State Police tell News 5 they tried to arrest Pounds after stopping the van the two were in when they heard a gunshot coming from the car. A trooper then fired at the vehicle, killing Pounds. Skylar was also killed. It's not clear yet which gun she was shot with.
Yeah, but the tragic end to a young mother.
Now, I will stop the show real quick because I know my guy Davon, he, you know, shows support a lot of time for the show. So let me, if Davon, if you're just getting in here, brother, I want to give you a shout out real quick. Basically, what we're looking at is a tumultuous relationship between a young man and an even younger woman. The guy was 24 years old. The girl was 20 years old. And apparently they had a very violent type of relationship that she kept it under wraps. She didn't tell her parents. But apparently she filed for a rape charge against what they believe was the dude in question. Okay? So now what we're looking at is this potential thing that's on his record that could have prevented him from living out his dream of being a police officer, which would have been a noble thing to at least strive to do. I think a lot more black people, especially black men, need to participate in things that they want to see a change in. If you believe that law enforcement, the way it is a bad thing, then it's our job to step up and try to become people in those positions, whether you're positions in your government, whether you're positions in your police force, or anything, even like your teachers. If you think your teachers suck, then maybe you need to be a teacher, you know? That's how we affect real change that needs to happen in our communities. Let's keep going.
This life is hitting those who knew Williams hard. News 5's Taylor DeHaze is live at Madison High School where she graduated in Taylor. Teachers say, of course, she will not soon be forgotten.
Well, those who knew her say she was a talented young woman, one with the whole world ahead of her. Skylar Williams graduated just 2 years ago, but teachers here say her memory will live on in these halls, written on the walls and forever bound on these pages.
She had a beautiful smile. She had a feisty little personality sometimes.
Lori Dean teaches.
I don't know about that. She said she had a feisty personality. I don't know if that's a very nice thing to say about a person, but if it's the truth, it makes you kind of wonder, did she like thugs? I'm just throwing that out there. That's why I said, when you date thugs, you date death. Let's keep going.
Full smile. She had a feisty little personality sometimes.
Lori Dean teaches cosmetology at Madison High School and taught Williams for 2 years.
She had some friends that were in the business and she wanted to do hair. She was pretty good at it.
Flipping through the 2016 yearbook.
She was a great kid, a sweet girl.
Principal Rob Peterson says these hallways will be somber as students and staff cope with the tragic news.
It's a very difficult situation to go through, and it is typical of the Madison community for people to rally together and rally around each other.
Pounds abducted Williams on Monday, forcing her into a car with a gun to her head. Listening to 911 calls, it all happened so fast.
Someone just kidnapped a girl on campus with a gun.
Court records show the two have a rocky past. Just last year, Pounds filed for a restraining order against Williams. Most recently, records show there was a fight over parental rights with their baby boy. Just this week, Pounds filed a motion for visitation, but there was no ruling. Dean says those troubles stem back to when the two allegedly dated in high school.
She dated him in high school.
So, if she dated him in high school, we're just going to assume that he was a senior and that she was a freshman because he's 24 right now. She's 20. That would have made her a freshman in high school while he was a senior, which is not illegal. It's not at all illegal. And I think in all states, in all 50 states, I believe that's legal. But that also shows the fact that you have a much older person, because, there is a large difference between a freshman and a senior mentally. It really is. But he's a lot older than her and probably... what do you call it? Mentally manipulated her is what I'm trying to say.
And I can remember students telling her then, you just should not be with him. And if only she had, listened to that.
With a heavy heart, Dean wants his tragedy to be a lesson for young girls who could find themselves in abusive relationships.
Pay attention to warning signs. And if a guy's abusive at all, walk away.
Saying life is too precious not to speak up.
I agree with the teacher.
Now, Mansfield High School is offering counseling to students and staff who need it during this difficult time. Live in Mansfield, Taylor DeHaze, News 5.
Let me take a quick pause for the cause real quick. So we'll cut this out on the replay so people watching on the replay don't have to worry about this. Let me give a shout out to the people that are watching. Y'all guys, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up. I'm going to ask that one more time. Y'all do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. Somebody let me know, one of my mods, let me know how many thumbs up do we have before we keep going, because we got a little bit more to go in this story, okay? But real quick, let me shout out a couple people that donated to the show. Let me see. Yeah, actually, quite a few people did. But I'm going to read the messages first so I don't read anything that I'm not supposed to read. So let's start here. Uh-oh, shit. Let's see. I'm always watching. Love and hugs. She knows who she is. I want to say thank you very much. Let me see. Shout out to my guy Neil. This one comes from I'm not I think I know who this is. Matter of fact, that's got to be Doc. So I'm going to say, Doc, thank you very much for donating to the show. Let me go ahead and hit you because you reached a very decent threshold there. So let me hook you up. So that's a symbol of my appreciation for you, Doc. So thank you very much for donating to the show. Let me see if there's a message with this one. This person knows who they are. I'm going to say thank you very much. You know who you are. I'm going to look into the camera. You know who you are. I'm going to say thank you very much. I don't have to put your name out there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This one comes from Stay Strong. Rosalinda Sotomayor, thank you very much. Of course, this one comes from Sherry Carr, and Sherry is in the chat, I believe. So shout out to Sherry. Thank you very much. We also had one came through. All I can give for the cause, maybe more next time. No problem. So we got one Cash App. So let me shout that person out from the sent the Cash App. They know who they are, and I want to say thank you very much for that. Guys, let's keep going because we're going to talk about this, all right? So let's keep going. Let me get to my next video real quick. This is the 911 call. What's going on, Eagles is me? What's going on? Here's the 911 call. I want you guys to listen to this.
What is the address of your emergency? Mansfield campus. Ohio State Mansfield campus. Okay, hold on, let me transfer you. But do you need an ambulance or the police? Please. Hold on, let me transfer you. Okay. I'm calling 911.
State Patrol, Dispatch Phillips.
Hi, someone just kidnapped a girl.
Now, I don't know why this video ended up pausing the way it did, but it's going to keep going, so just bear with me.
Campus with a gun.
Holy crap. On campus?
Yes, on campus, in the parking lot.
Where at?
In the parking lot on campus.
Which parking lot?
Parking lot 2.
Parking lot 2?
They're already gone. They stole her. They put her in the car and pointed a gun.
Okay.
They pulled her in the car and pointed a gun. Damn.
Were they driving a...
Red Dodge Challenger. I didn't get the license plate. A Florida license plate. It had a star with an S. I don't know if that means anything to you. Okay. It started with an S.
Which way did they exit? Did they exit towards 39 or did they exit towards...
Yeah, just that way. I don't know, they went towards, like, Ontario.
Okay.
Man, that's sad, dude. It's about to end here in just a moment. It's only a little bit more left.
Your name?
Rylan Jenkins, but I didn't see it. It was, what's your name? It was Austin.
Austin? Does Austin have a cell phone?
Armstead. He's with me right now.
Now, Austin was the boy that actually, they interviewed him. And that, like I said, that interview was a little bit long.
What is the address of your emergency?
I don't know if you guys want to see that. Let me see. It is... It's almost 15 minutes long. I'm not going to bore you guys with that whole entire thing because, like I said, it's a little bit lengthy. But let me say this because this is what I have to say about this story at the end of the day, okay? And I'll go ahead and let you guys get back to what you're doing. This girl is a very beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see what he saw in her. I mean, I have an affinity for beautiful women my damn self. I'm going to just throw that out there. You know, so I get it. You know, if I were a singer and saw a girl that pretty, I probably would have tried to talk to her myself. You know what I'm saying? So that portion of it, I understand. But I'm speaking more or less to people, to parents. Man, what can I say about this story? It's a life loss for no reason. You know, this is also why I speak against the gang culture, the thug culture, the bad boy mentality and all of that kind of good stuff. I know girls think that stuff is cute. But as you guys see, when you date thugs, you date death. It's not a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need to be careful about having babies for benefits. We need to be careful who we're procreating with. And I'll say this. I think that unless we're willing to have a marriage, get married first before having children, if we're not going to have a marriage, I don't think we need to be having children. I think we're putting children in precarious situations. I think it is dangerous to the children. If she would have had her kid with her, it's something that could have happened to her kid. We have 2 lives gone in this story. You're not going to get those back. This kid is going to grow up without any parents, man. It's sad. And they're gonna know that this is what happened. This is what the legacy was. You know what I'm saying? So to Skylar Williams and her family, I definitely want to wish her a rest in peace. To the boyfriend, Tyrell Pounds. It sounds like maybe he could have been something positive. He was just I don't know. He could have been just a few bad decisions away from being something positive in life. I know going through that transition from age 18 to about 24, because I had my daughter at 24, and then I drastically changed my mentality. I could have very well have ended up in some really bad situations my damn self. So this story really hits home for me, and I thank you guys for listening. Just be mindful of what you do. You never know when your last moments will be. I don't think that having these type of fights and things in relationships is cute. And I definitely agree with the teacher. If you know that you're dealing with somebody that's violent, has violent temper, a bad temper, or anything like that, it's just best that you probably part ways until we need to grow up spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We need to stop putting children in harm's way. If mothers have the ultimate power, they have the ultimate gift of telling the children when, where, what, and how, all of this kind of stuff, they are in their custody, like to the point to where fathers have to go and file for custody, then women have an innate gift. They have a gift of the right of first refusal. And I think that they need to take that thing seriously and not just let anybody and everybody in between their legs and anybody and everybody in between their relationships with their children. It's a dangerous thing to do. And I hope that everybody learns a lesson here. This is your boy DJ Just Jay. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and let you guys get back to the rest of your day. We're going to continue to keep bringing you stories. We're going to have more things going on, and I'm going to continue to keep posting more content for you guys. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign out. Peace.